Hey Scorpio, welcome to your 2019 astrology. Wow! Last year you had Jupiter in your sign, and that was quite a journey. Some people might have had great good fortune, others may think, hey, where's my good fortune? That never happened. But believe me, on an inner level, you've been expanding, you've been growing, and you have been transforming. And right now you should feel more in yourself than ever before. And Jupiter this year is going to be, from March, going to be in your sign of feeling completely and utterly open to digging foundations, to creating your own success on your terms. You have the confidence to put your feet on the earth and make things grow. There's magic around you gathering to you wealth and security. Obviously, you got to do the work. You know what you should know intimately now what Jupiter's like. He expects you, or they expect you to push the boundaries and to stretch yourself and really work hard in that direction, which of course you're fully capable of doing. Venus is shifting signs on the 7th of January and making you feel equally secure and ready for action. And by the 22nd of January, Venus is joining forces with Jupiter. There should be a real wonderful shift in your relationship to yourself. Again, making you self-confident, believing in yourself, loving yourself, and also your relationships, fingers crossed, should be a lot more settled this year. You're feeling more settled, your relationships are more settled, and you feel more in control, less scared, and you know your worth. The Sun is conjunct Pluto, your ruler, on the 11th of January. Around that time anyway. So around that time, you're going to say something important, or someone's saying something to you that shifts things. And you're very confident about any changes you want to make. You're confident about your ideas. You're confident about sharing information. And you're determined through your ideas to shift things along. And when Mars in Aries trines Jupiter in Sagittarius on the 25th of January, you've got a plan and you're moving towards it and you have the passion to make it happen. And there's some unexpected stuff around your work also in February, like something out the blue pops in and you're able, because you're more grounded now, you're able to take the opportunity and run with the ball. Now, the big news of this year, and it is very big news, is that Uranus, the planet of surprise, and genius, and the maverick, revolutionary, rebel planet is going into your relationship zone. Now, the last time that Uranus was in that position was between 1934 and 1942. So a long time ago. Your relationships are being shaken up, and there's a lot of unexpected twists and turns when it comes to your love life and also partnerships. And you are looking for originality in your relationships. There's no way you're going to be stuck in a boring relationship this year, and maybe even for the next 7 years. You're only interested in unique characters in both of you, or three of you, whatever your relationship dynamics are, expressing your unique soul, and you don't want run-of-the-mill. And you want to be able to grow, you want to be able to be a rebel with your partner, you want it to be a kind of maverick relationship. You're not really into traditional types of relationships. And if you are, you might change your opinion about that by the time we get to the end of the year. Now, Mars is trine Pluto on the 20th of March. You really go into this year with a lot of juice, a lot of power, and an acceptance of yourself, which is helping to push you along. When there are two super moons in the same energy. On the 21st of March, we have the full super moon, and also we have a full moon, both of which are in Libra, which is in your position of spirituality, escapism, secrets, cosmic experiences, psychic ability. So there's something very profound and deep and important to your soul occurring between those two dates. You will have a sniff of it on the 21st of March. You'll sense it. Really allow your psychic ability to come out, really tune into your empathy and your compassion You might find yourself just feeling things much more deeply than usual. But also, you're a very magical being between March and probably May, actually. And what you put out there and what you want to conjure up is possible around that time. But don't lose yourself in illusion. The other aspect of that energy is to kind of want to escape, drink, take drugs, fall in love with someone, and it's not, it's not grounded. So just watch out for the shadow side of that energy. But fundamentally, there will be some kind of cosmic experience or intense synchronicity that has an impact on your life path. With the Sun conjunct Uranus on the 23rd, there's sort of happy and spontaneous energy around your relationships. Another big date of this year is the 24th of April, when Pluto, your ruler, goes retrograde. It could be that you're communicating with someone from the past, or you're going back into an old way of thinking. Pluto's going, right, let's take you back here to make sure that you've learned that lesson. Let's take you back here and communicate with someone, or look at communication connected to the past. It could be an ex-lover pops up, or just rings, or you see some kind of tweet or Facebook post or Instagram picture that reminds you of them. But whatever it is, you're okay with going into the past and into the underworld. It's part of your nature. Again, relationships are all being shaken up. We have Venus conjunct Uranus in your relationship zone on the 18th. So there's, a lot of stuff going on. Surprises, excitement, thrilling, hopefully. But if there's something you're not dealing with in a relationship, or you're trying to ignore, that could also come up. You're transforming your view of relationships. Venus is trine Pluto on the 3rd of June. Now, there is a new moon total eclipse on the 2nd of July. And you may even decide to leave the country, or live in a completely different area, or follow an adventurous call to the wild. But the whole of the theme of this year is about expanding your beliefs, your experiences, and getting out of any ruts you might be in. And in July, that's really ramped up. You're pushing yourself forward. You're expanding, growing, adventuring in ways that you didn't think were possible before. Uranus goes retrograde on the 12th of August. There may still be some stuff from the 12th of August for the rest of the year where you're dealing with how you used to be in relationships, or a relationship pattern may reappear, or somebody from your past rocks up. Again, you've got to learn from it, because Uranus is pushing you forward, really wants you to just get into the chariot of love and ride into the distance. You don't need to repeat the mistakes of the past. You're reborn into having more exciting and interesting experiences. If you're in a great relationship, you should have a lot of adventures together this year. Now, there is a big stellium with the Sun, Mercury, Venus and Mars all in your social zone. You're manifesting and creating the future zone, and you're opening up to, or you're going to experience some kind of community or joint venture, or maybe even something on the internet where you're ready to go, you're ready to transform. With Venus trine Pluto on the September the 7th, again, people towards that time, in September, it's very important who you mix with, who you collaborate with, who you hang out with, and also your belief in the future and what you're doing online. You could have, again, amazing success in those areas. Network in September. Pluto goes direct on the 3rd of October, and you feel relieved. And then you could have a life-transforming idea if you put it into practice. On the 8th of October, Venus goes into Scorpio. Yeah. The end of the year is very good for you when it comes to not only love, but you feeling good about yourself, and you feeling, hopefully, you're going to know how to manifest the wealth or abundance that you want. When Venus trines Neptune, again, it's just some very profound love experiences this year that almost feel much more intimate, deeper. You're traveling to a level that possibly you've never been before when it comes to love. By the end of the year, it's going to be like, wow, you're touched. You feel, sometimes Scorpios feel lonely or isolated or cut off. Towards the end of the year, you're going to know real intimacy, union, and a different level of closeness. Doesn't matter if you've been in a relationship for 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, whatever. You're going deeper. The Sun enters your sign on the 23rd of October, and you're like, yeah, I've done the work. and you should experience a lot of thrills this year, and you're like excited about that by the end of the year. Mercury goes retrograde in your sign on the 31st of October. Of course, that's a pain in the arse, and it's Halloween. So make sure that anything you want to say, you do before the 31st of October. Otherwise, there could be confusion and backwards and forwards, and, it all gets a bit confusing. Venus shifts signs, and you're feeling, again, secure in your relationships, even though it's wild and thrilling. When Mars enters your sign on the 19th of November, you are fearless, courageous, and feel that anything is possible. Also, on the 24th of November, when Venus conjuncts with Jupiter, you may decide to make a long-term commitment to a lover or even a job, actually, but something that's going to fulfill you in some way. And a lot of this year is about wanting to be fulfilled, but the way you're going to be fulfilled is by new ideas, by new communication, by new collaboration, and also shaking up your relationship so it excites you. Finally, the new moon eclipse of the sun is again in your idea zone. There's something important to say. There's very important messages and opportunities for you this year. Take care, gorgeous, and I'll speak to you soon. Hello, wonderful one. Thank you so much for listening. It would be fabulous if you liked, subscribed, or shared. It would be really, really helpful. Also, I have a ton of free stuff for you. Horoscope.co.uk for everything astrology, and michelleknight.com for everything psychic and free tarot reading. See you there.